So as I put together my next book, which is Selling from Strength, is going to be
Mm,
the overarching
love
title.
that.
It's a culmination of the laws of sales success that are unchanging. I feel like we have a lot of sales training and sales advice out there that came before the age of the internet, right? When it was all, modeling the person's body in front of you and saying the same words and the same tonality, and a lot of the old fashioned car salesman stuff, which some of it's true, some of it reigns true, but I feel like a lot of it was inauthentic. So I want to put something together that was different in the
Yeah.
marketplace. But I didn't want this to just be a culmination of my own stories from my own limited life experience on earth. So you're the first person to join us for this segment, which is super awesome. And I want to ask you, just the top of your head, what comes to mind? What would you say has been the number one law of sales success for you throughout your life and copious amounts of sales experience?
Okay, you know what? I know what it is. Like for me, like above all else, it's be the type of person that you'd want to hang out with. It sounds so simple because it is. But be that person. Be the person that you would like to hang out with, that you like to get around, because that energy is nurturing and inspiring and uplifting. Are you that person? And if you're not, that's okay. Would you like to be? Would you like to be that a little bit more? Because if you are that person that you like being around, meaning that if you're comfortable in your own skin and you are liking you, others are going to like you too. Now, I'm not saying get to the point where you're egotistical, you know, and maybe completely biased to your own, belief systems. But, take this with a grain of salt, but be that energy that people like to get around. Be the energy that is uplifting, that is nurturing. Because, this is sort of that age old, if you will, idea is that what's the best way to say it? So, well, like attracts like, right? And
Mhm.
it often inspires us as well. Like we like to get around energy that makes us feel good, that makes us feel inspired, makes us feel excited about our own life, our businesses. And this is why coaching and mentorship also is amazing. How many of us entrepreneurs feel like we're on an island by ourselves? And nobody gets me. No one understands what I'm going through. And we have these little pity parties of one all the time, and all we have to do is invite one other person to realize, okay, now it's a party. And this idea that I've been booting around my head, it's not true. But all it took was one other person to look at us and say, you know what you're doing right now? It's not helping you. What about if you do this? Because this is what I see in you. This is who I see in you. And this is how you make me feel.
Mm.
Because that level of authenticity, when we connect with someone and we share with them, you can't help but come out of that conversation different, changed, more sure of yourself. And it's not just one conversation that's going to make that life-changing effect. It's having many of those. But realize as you receive that from someone else, you in turn can also offer that to the next person. And
Wow.
and I think that is the thing in sales we have to remember is that energy exchange. It could affect someone's entire day in a real positive way. You've shared a story with me in the past, Brendan, where you've mentioned, you get a disgruntled client coming in your shop, right? And it's not an opportunity to avoid. It's like you see the guy coming in huffing and puffing, right? And opens that door very emphatically, right? And it's like making a
Hmm.
lot of noise. You can tell he's PO'd, right?
You ask him how
And
he's doing, and he's like, "Not too good. Hopefully better."
yes, but that's an opportunity to help someone and turn their day around, you
Yeah.
know? And so, what if you made that your intention? My intention is to help that person. So when they leave smiling, not the same way they came in.
Hmm.
Why not? But a lot of people will shy away from that kind of interaction based on intimidation, and lack of their own self confidence. I mean, there's a number of factors that might play into that. But I like having the tough conversations at times
Yeah.
because it's just an opportunity for me to also grow, but for me to help somebody get through that challenging period. It's always great to help people that are already in a good spot, okay? And help them get to a great spot. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. We love those types of conversation. We love that kind of way of helping people. But it's the people that need it the most are the ones that are struggling, the ones
Yes.
that are held behind. Because I'll tell you, at 15 years old, when I looked in the mirror and I saw my morbidly obese body, I had nothing but negative ideas about myself.
Hmm.
I really disliked me. But there was people around me that saw that I was worth it, wanted me to be happier, and were there to support me whenever I was ready for the support. And as soon as I asked for help, man, they were ready to help. And thank goodness they were there, because it really did. It supported me. And because there's those days that we're down. And it's those days where our resiliency, if we've been working on it, it's being able to come back and not sit there for too long. You know, like it's easy to get into that place where we feel really negative about ourselves and our life, and we just stay there. We don't do anything. We're inactive, and we just sort of wallow in it. Well, resiliency is the ability to bounce back, you know, and come out of that. And hopefully every time you get back there, because you will get there. I hate to be, you know, a party pooper here, but you're going to have lots of low days. But on the low days, how do you support yourself to get yourself back out of that? So that low day maybe turns into a low morning, you know? Anyway, so those are just some thoughts and some ideas around the sales. But just to surmise, you know, just be the person that other people like to be around.